Hey, fellow collectors, today we're going to be talking about a Joe classic, G.I. Joe Classified Series Shipwreck. Now, this figure was one of the main characters in the TV show. Even though he was on land 99% of the time, he was always in the thick of the action. So as we see here, we have Shipwreck. We have some missiles going around him. He has his bird, a bike here. We see some accessories, and we also see Shipwreck artwork. So if we look here, we see the same artwork, his number and his code. There's his code a little bit closer. On the back here, we have the figure itself, some detailed shots, and some words. On the side here, we have Shipwreck himself. So if we bring in the scale, we see that this guy is 6.8 ounces. So let's get Shipwreck out of the box and see how cool he is. Okay, now that we have Shipwreck out of the package, we can take a look at his accessories. He does come with this rope here. He comes with this old style weapon here. And look, it does have a little hook here. And speaking of hooks, we have this hook for the rope. Now, interesting enough, you can put this on there and have the rope being carried. Now we also have this one pistol. You'll notice it has a little shipwreck or a little anchor on it, and the top has the rest of the rope running along it. Very interesting details. He also comes with a full head of hair. And then we also have Polly. And you'll notice Polly does have one leg. But very nice detail for Polly. Now, Polly doesn't have any articulation at all, but he will be sitting on Shipwreck's shoulder or somewhere close by. Now, looking at Shipwreck, we'll pull him in. And one thing I want to notice about this, the rope here is actually, if we can focus, we zoom in a little bit. The rope has been kind of it's been lightened up, so it's not really much of the detail. So I thought that was very interesting in this picture here. Now let's get back to Shipwreck. Shipwreck has some very nice details here. Even the chest hair has been painted on. We do have these nice tattoos on this side and this side. We can see his rope hook and his holster and his other gun holster. His jeans that have been faded out here, all the way down to his shoes are his boots. Now let's go ahead and pop them off the stand. Take a look at those shoes. They are tread light in the middle. We do have a hole here for the foot. And the foot is on a ball jointed swiveled like the rest of the Joes. But he doesn't get a lot of play because of these jeans. So you get a little bit of movement in those. Now he does have the normal double bended knee as well as the thigh. And Shipwreck can do a very good Van Damme split. Push these back into position. Now Shipwreck does have waist ability and very good ab crunch for a sailor. Now his arms do have the extra posability for the shoulders. And he can do a very good T-pose. Has the bicep swivel right here, the double bend in the elbow, and the wrist is on a ball jointed hinge. So if we get him back into position here, look at his head. Now he has neck movement as well as head movement, so he can get that extra little bit, look left and right without a problem. Now you can just detach the hair here and put on the other. So we have a non-hat wearing Shipwreck, but I'm so used to seeing him with his hat. And we'll just see there. So let's take a look at that face there. Very nicely done, very nicely done. And I love the rank here. Very nice. So as I said before, on this side we see the holster for the weapon. Just simply goes in like that. And then this weapon, or the hook here. Now the interesting thing about this hook is it's only so thick, but this rope is a little bit thicker than that. You would think that you could just do it, but it won't really hook on much. So you can just get it to sit there and maybe straddle that and that. It'll hang on fine. Now we can just insert this into there. Now I was saying about Polly sitting on Shipwreck's shoulder. The problem we have here is there's not really a place for Polly to insert himself into the shoulder as you would see with Spirit. But you might just get him to hold Polly. More than you could anything. And you'll see the rope did fall again. You could use this hook here, hook on that, and then just take this and just hold it right there, and that would solve the issue of the rope falling on and off. But it still will get a little play in it. But that's pretty much it for Shipwreck. If we look at his height, he is the normal standard Joe height of 6.5 or 6 1/4 in between there. Yeah, 6 1/4. That means he will fit in with Marvel Legend figures as well as other G.I. Joe figures. So if you're looking for Shipwreck, he's still around. Sometimes you'll find him on a deal at Walmart. And just keep shopping around for him. As always, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.